Wassail, oh my goddess. I came here earlier to do a reading and there was a peacock just over there and it put its tail out. It was so beautiful. And anyway, I went to do the reading down there. It was going beautifully. And then a gardener appeared and he watched me doing the reading for ages. And then he started up his strimmer and I couldn't hear anything. So I came and sat here and completed the reading and there was no audio on it. And on the earlier audio, it was so loud you couldn't take the distortions out. So if you can't hear this, tough. Get some headphones. But I just sat down here before doing the video while I was setting up and the peacock has just walked behind me. Very suspiciously, but I want to say very auspiciously as well, because peacocks are blue, their throat chakra, and there's so much cosmic magic about to happen. So I can hear him screaming. So there's so much going on, but you know, Mercury's part of that message and it is communication. So with luck, the microphone is working and everything should be okay. What's going on? Oh, so many things. So first of all, at 14 degrees in Gemini this evening, well, it's probably already happened by the time I get this video now edited, but the moon will go into a conjunction with Mercury, passing in front of Mercury, just like I was the moon and Mercury passed behind me with the peacock at 1832 GMT. And then it's going to go void for 30 hours and 59 minutes. And that gives us a beautiful opportunity to work without the cosmos staring at our emotions in our heart. Now, do you remember the last big void was the one that I said create your sigil, and I created mine and I've had it printed on a t-shirt, and I'm not taking this t-shirt off because my dad died in the last void. So I'm not having any deaths. The only death I will accept in this void is an ego death. So anyway, he was cremated yesterday, so it feels like an energetic shift that his body's no longer here and he's in spirit. Let's move on with the reading that's for you. Well, it's for all of us. What is also going on now? The moon is void and the moon is going to move into 0 degrees of Cancer, and it's at home in Cancer. So the moon is then said to be in rulership. So what else is happening? Well, Jupiter is about to move into the 0 degrees tonight at midnight GMT-ish. It's going to move into rulership in Pisces, but also in Pisces is Neptune, who's also in rulership. So I don't know what energy we're going to get to do with Neptune and Jupiter being in rulership, but on top of that, we've also got Mercury is in at 16 degrees in Gemini, where the moon's going to go conjunct at the beginning of the void. Mercury's also in rulership in Gemini, and to top it all off, Saturn is still in rulership in Aquarius. So, and that's at Saturn's at 13 degrees, and today is the 13th. So 5 of the planets are in rulership. These are happy planets. So we're building up this sense of the energy becoming really quite wonderful. So what else is happening? Oh, there's a portal, a mini portal opening. Well, it's not so mini, it's created by a mini stellium. So there's a stellium in Gemini, so now we've had one in every sign so far. It is a mini one because it's made up of 3 planets and the North Node. So you've got Venus at 5 degrees of Gemini, you've got the North Node at 11 degrees, you've got the Moon and Mercury at 14 degrees, and at this same point there's also 14 air elements in play. when we go through the void and go into Cancer, by which time also Jupiter will have moved into Pisces at 0 degrees, we're going to have 15 elements in water. So this is a really, even the rulership, 3 of the planets are in water signs, the Moon, Neptune and Jupiter, and then Saturn and Mercury are in rulership in air. So this is all about rethinking emotions, and there's something about calming down, burning the ego. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to go into the reading. Oh, portal. So there's a portal opening at 11 degrees. There's a lot of 11s still at 11 degrees. So Gaia, Uranus, is at 11 degrees in Taurus. This is the planet that likes to come in and bust up energies. And it's going to open a portal between itself and the Sun and Black Moon Lilith. This is why I'm talking about it being a kind of ego death. Some part or aspect of our ego needs to be addressed in this period as we're heading towards the Janus Geminis. So, that's all the science. Now we're going to get on with the esoteric. So, we're going to begin, I guess. Oh, I thought there was something digging in my legs. We're going to begin by looking at Neptune, who is already at home. And we're going to see what happens when Jupiter arrives with Neptune in Pisces. So, I've got the Portuguese deck, as I call it, the Oracle. So, what's Neptune feeling like right now? Me old mucker. It's feeling like a new life. It's a Vida Nova. I preferred the card that came out earlier. So there's a new life. It's like the arrival of Jupiter is going to bring a brand new energy. Has that person got cleaning things? Yeah, you need to clean up your act. Oh, milk and honey. This came out in the previous reading, but this was for Jupiter. But it's that element of, it's got Ganesh and he's splashing around like Cleopatra in a bowl of milk and honey. It's that idea of just letting go of things that cause us problems. So there's something, it's almost like, I'm seeing the image of Neptune being a bit kind of excited. He's been waiting. He's I've been waiting for you. Where have you been? You've taken too long to get here. It looks like this is going to be busy. No one walked through here this morning at all. Now, suddenly, we seem to be with a lot more energy. So, Odin, what do you want to say? What do you want to add that is going on with Neptune? What's Neptune? Oh, look, Neptune's... There's a portal. So, why am I being told? You need to go back to a reading I did a long while ago about Neptune and gathering things from the depths, bringing things up from the depths, because there was a stellium that involved Neptune. If I can remember and find it, I'll put the link in. But you know, so there's a portal, but Neptune's talking about not just his stellium portal energy, but it's talking about this Uranian energy. You see, there's a little sound of a cockerel, and it's reminding me that I didn't do the sound for Neptune. So, and then you see, Neptune is livers, kidneys and spleen. It's an E flat D sharp. It's one of the great cleansing energies that helps us to cleanse things from our bodies. So we've got that energy. It's being joined by Jupiter. Jupiter is the thyroid and thymus, and that's the energy wings. That's that great big energy that just rotates around everything that goes on. So I'm just kind of making a lot of noise so that while they walk past, they're not. We'll just kind of keep the image of the people out of the way for the minute. Okay, so they're gone. So, oh, they haven't gone. Let's just wait for them to go. Okay, so the energy of Neptune, of Jupiter, is the great cleanser, the biggest of all the cleansing energies, and it's about to be in the same watery house as Neptune, another cleanser. The portal that they're talking about is referring to the portal that opens in Uranus. That's the third of the cleansers. The three great cleansers are all online right now. So let's have E flat. I want to say, Neptune deals with very, very deep old traumas that have been there for lifetimes. And that's this, there's a dustiness, but it's being brought up from the bottom of the oceans, the very depths of the Akashic records, because it's something which we inherited as a frequency in our DNA that's been playing out like one of our wounds of Chiron. And it's time for these to be lifted up. We're entering new energy. So let's just go back to the E flat. I'm going to risk doing it up an octave. I hope it doesn't burst the microphone. There's a little bit of Neptune. What else does Neptune want to say, Odin? Odin. Oh, look. So, from within this portal, this energy of milk and honey, something being brought up, being brought into the light so that we can be shinier. This is kind of like Neptune in air. It's Baldur. And Baldur is, look, Baldur's this wonderful frequency of light, of kind of like pure heavenly light. That which is nectar, ambrosia, milk and honey. It's a wonderful frequency. So we'll get... I'm going to put some tarot, but I want to put the tarot between there and Jupiter. So let's go to Jupiter. Jupiter is G. It's those great big energy wings that cleanse things. So I'm being told to say there's something to do with the pulsing of your own rhythms need to change. So that you need to slow down, speed up, whatever it is you need to do, you need to change your rhythmical cycle during this void. Remember, you got 30 hours and 59 minutes. We're just 1 minute shy of 31 hours. So Jupiter, what's the energy of Jupiter? What's the energy of Jupiter? So, look, Forza Superior. If ever there was a force that was more superior than anything, it's Jupiter. Jupiter is the magnifier. Jupiter, ba 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 bum, ba da 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 bum. That's Jupiter from the Planet Suite, if you want to look at it, by Holst. So Jupiter is expanding, bringing massive, strong, energetic frequencies down to everybody. And then we have Entremundus, between worlds. We're completely and utterly between worlds with this card. It's like the missing element, they're saying, is the ability to love yourself, because there's a hummingbird that's in the brightness, and in the raining world on the other side there's just clouds. And now don't let a grey cloud spoil your day was a phrase that came channeling into my head while I was having a conversation with somebody, because when I was coming back to do this reading, it had been spitting in the first reading on and off, and I was just like, I'm going to keep going. And then just as I was heading here, a grey cloud came over, and I was like, I'm not letting a grey cloud spoil my day. So I've come back to do this again. Clouding over again now, but I'm not letting that grey day spoil my day. So what I hadn't thought about, 4-3. I just need to look back at the numbers. I haven't had a numbers moment with these. So we've got 12 frequency in Neptune's world. It's waking up from 12 frequency to come into 51, 6 balance, to work with this portal and to bring light, to bring something up from the depths, the darkest point in the ocean, to the light. And here we've got the 4 and the 3, and we're talking about a step backwards. It's like Jupiter is coming in to help raise up whatever this very distant frequency is that's part of our DNA. There's that lovely peacock. Okay, so look. Sailing on the surface of the water, Jupiter, this superior force. Also, look at this lovely colour. This is also very much this aquamarine that I do associate with Jupiter's, the energy wings of the great cleansing energy. So this is about a sailing into a new energy, Vend, but it's about that. Look, that it's come up from below, and it's got that sense that pianissimo, PP. It's got that sense. I know this is a TH. Don't anybody tell me off, because I won't listen. So this it's a TH, but what they're trying to say to me is it's coming up to the surface. Neptune's been trying to bring it up, and then Jupiter will complete the action. The energy of Jupiter entering is the frequency that helps this old traumatic feeling. It'll be part of your wound of Chiron, but it will be connected back to ancestor energy, and it's like you're born with that distortion. Your energy, your Gaia, Uranus crown chakra energy, which we'll get to in a bit with the B, that always comes in as pure love. It comes in as the hummingbird on the back, and it's only the fact that it has to distort its frequency to wrap itself around our DNA vessel that makes us feel that many of the things that we think are past lives are not. When we come in, we're a clean slate, but we've got to deal with the dirty traumas that exist within our DNA. I say this because I want people to realize that you can't come into life and think, I must have done really awful things before coming into this life because this life's been terrible. That isn't how it works. You came into this life because you knew you could unsolve, work out the mystery and the distortions of the DNA. That's how powerful you are. So, what else, Jupiter? There is love. Jupiter's working with the frequency of Freya and love. I want to say it's, you know, it's giant, great, shiny love, Jupiter. I was going to burst into the main tune of the planet suite. I won't do it. So, I just need to move my legs because they're needing to change position for a moment. We'll change them again in a minute. So, now, what we need is... Oh, cramp in my foot. We need some of the... We need the good tarot. Oh! I might have to sit on the back of my feet in a minute. Until they go dead. Oh look, 10-10 on the split. This is a moment to achieve, to burn off old sort of karmic DNA, not karma that you came in with, you came in clean, and to reset your emotions. That's those 15 water signs coming at the end, water elements coming at the end. We're also, look, this is in Pisces, this is water energy, and it's got 2 in rulership. That's pretty gorgeous. So, what do you want to tell us about, please? This journey through this voyage and how it's a, look, it's an ending of endings. It's a completion. We just had 2 10s. This is 21. This is talking about Neptune's giving you the opportunity to pull something up from the deep, distant energies inside you and make a change. I can't sit like that. I've got to bring my leg back in. And then what do we have? Ace of Air. This is because this is their first meeting in rulership in Air Epoch with an abundance of changing of thoughts. 211. 211. That's all linked to that last reading with the new moon in Taurus. That was all 1s and 2s. And then we've got the 4 of fire. It's a happy home right now. They're in a happy home and they're saying to me the moon's about to go into its happy home. So we've got 3 water signs in rulership in their own homes, feeling emotionally stable, not feeling traumatized. So what else would you like to say about Neptune and Jupiter? Neptune and Jupiter. Page of Earth. Page of Earth, it's like going back to your... okay, so yeah. With the 5 of air, this is going back into the Chiron wounds. This energy that's being lifted up by Neptune, and it's almost like Jupiter's expanding the strength and the ability to bring this to the surface. It's something deeply emotional, and it's a wound that you remember from childhood. But what they're saying is it's from further back. It was part of your DNA tuning that needs to be adjusted. What do you need to apply to it? Love. The frequency of love and forgiveness has to be given to the energy of the wound. And then it's a brand new 0 Fool card, a little trumpet symphony coming in to change things. There's very much an energy of bringing the ghost of the past. It's like the ghost dance card, that thing which has been rippling in and out of your life and you've never known it to be something so distant because you believe it was part of you. it was part of your DNA inheritance, and it's changeable. So let's get some titchy toth in the middle of this. Titchy toth in the middle of this. Way. So titchy toth. What else do you want to add to this journey? This happy home. Four of Wands is a happy home. It's like a great marriage. So, you know, Neptune and Jupiter, they're a great marriage. They're a good team. Interesting. First card out, Prince of Wands. That's the energy of the Baldur. This is the energy of, I don't want to say the normal sense of the court card, the Prince of Wands, to be sort of fiery, but this is about having a purity of ego. The carriage is being drawn by a lion. Lion represents, through Leo, the ego. And this is about burning down the ego, changing something about the ego. It's not about cutting ties with something. It's about going into the wound and unhooking all of those emotional ties that are in there so that you can take that love back to you. Why do we say take that love back to you? Because we have Mars in Scorpio, and we have Venus in Cancer. We're going from the disappointment of cups to the love of cups. So this is that energy of the grander open frequency of Pluto that's in its retrograde at the moment. It's kind of bringing things up to be looked at and to be inspected, and it's got the magic of the forming pentacle. They're saying it's like the old energy of the earth, which we keep bringing up. The old fixed heavy energy is now, it's almost like just the bare backbones are in it now, and it's being ready to be transformed into a proper flowing love frequency. And we've got, you know, it's Venus energy. Again, Venus in Cancer. There's this sense of this frequency of love. But I don't want to say that it's about you fixing your own heart in this period. The higher heart, the pink chakra, the F sharp. It's about dealing with that, fixing that energy. And then we have the Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles, and this is Sun in Capricorn. So it's almost like the reflection of the Sun is almost beaming back towards Pluto to do in Capricorn at the moment, to bring a new sense of power. And remember, Pluto at the moment is saying, I can offer you love, rather than its normal frequency. I know we're talking here about Neptune and Jupiter. Don't think I've gone off the track, but we're feeling the movement of many planets, and Pluto's not, in theory, part of the reading today, but obviously, like with the reading I've just done, Pluto just can't stop, keep kind of knocking on the door and saying, I'm the bigger picture, you're looking at the details in between, but I'm the really wide chord. But this is about the power of the divine masculine. And there's, obviously, it's got Taurian energy. It's also got, I'm seeing Isis holding the moon, and she's holding the moon and a kind of a staff of truth, more than just a sword. The divine masculine is the key. And inside the divine masculine is the child. So this energy that they're giving me today is very much Baldur, luminous warrior. We can use this period to work on these old emotions that are distorted, these wounds of Chiron that we're still referring back to. And it's about being in your power. This is also, for me, this is one of the Babylonian gateways. And if you haven't looked at the lovely reading that Miss Reem did on Iana Ishtar, it's very much, I often call this card the Gates of Ishtar. And she's just done the most beautiful reading because it's part of her heritage. It's part of her DNA. There you go. You know, to look back at things and to find ways of rethinking and re-understanding what these DNA roots mean to us all. So there's something about entering the gateway at the beginning of the void, when which is starting at 1832 GMT. Hopefully this video will be out in time, and then it will go on right the way through until the 15th at 1:30 AM GMT in the morning. It's a 30-hour void to work on your inner power, and it's about seeking some kind of resolution in your raw and emotional masculine to make the energy more divine. But it's an old wound, and it's being brought together and fixed by Neptune and Jupiter. You've got to work with them. You've got to ask them questions. You've got to meditate with them. You've got to feel comfortable with what they're bringing up. So I'm just going to pop these cards in there so that we don't lose them. Now, what do we need to do next? We kind of need to do the Moon and Mercury, because they're really, really relevant. They're in conjunction at the start of this void. So let's go first of all. I'll get these out and start rifling them. So Mercury is at 16 degrees of Gemini, and the Moon is going to move in front and conjunct it now, or has just done it. Okay, so Mercury is the Peacock that was here earlier. There's the Peacock. Mercury is very lively. Mercury's got a lot to say. and the Moon. So let's do Mercury and hope I don't actually get attacked by a peacock. So Mercury, what does a peacock want to tell us? Oh, I'd love the peacock to turn up now, rather than just earlier. There's a little bit of rain spitting on me now. That's not what I came down here for, to get wet. So, Mercury. What do you want to say, Mercury? Oh, Mercury is the message in the bottle. This also came out in the earlier reading. This is the thing that's coming up from the past that needs to be voiced. It's a 15, and so it's a 6. It's to bring a balance. I've just got to lift my legs and sit differently. I might have to push the thing up. I also might need to get something to lay over the I might just have to do that over the computer so it doesn't get too wet. And I'm going to put a little sock over the microphone so that we can carry on with luck. So, message in a bottle. Messagem numa garrafa. So what's coming up? It's something very old. It's something very healing. It's a message that's kind of covered in a confetti of love, and yet there's something about you not previously being able to see this. it was the wrong moment in time to witness this energy. I'm just checking it's still recording, so I've just put the book there. I don't want to mess it up. So is there anything else Mercury would like to mention? Oh, I'm not doing that many. Not doing that many. We've got so much to get through. And it's raining. Oi! Look, what's coming up? It's this treasure. They're telling me that it's relating to DNA in both parts of your body and exchanging. So this is 16/7 and 27 to exchange gifts. So they're kind of saying that this one, this is this energy that's being brought up, this treasure trove from within the depths of Neptune. But Mercury is about the need to speak it, to communicate it, to peacock the frequency. Cockerels now. And then exchanging the gifts. Exchanging... Oh, there's a tiny weeny little black and white, like sort of wagtail thing that's just wobbling over there. It's miniature. And its little tail's going up and down. It's so cute. Unboxing something. You got to think outside the box. To get to this treasure, to get to this exchange, you've got to throw away the box and think not just outside, but think completely in a whole different direction. Don't even keep the early structures because they're distorted in their own way. So let's get some Odin on Mercury, and then we'll move on to the moon. So, Odin, what do you want to say, please, about Mercury? Well, there's another one of those tiny birds now. Oh, there's too many cards. Right, look. Odin and Hel. So, remember, Hel isn't Hel. Hel is the goddess of another kind of form of underworld, but it's not the hell that we would know. But actually, the energies I'm getting from this in the rain... I've got to put the cards... I've got to hide them so they don't get so wet. And let me put that on a page where there's a plastic cover. So, the energy I'm getting from this is it's deep. This thing that needs to be communicated and brought to the surface is very, very deep. Incredibly deep. And it needs to be brought to the surface of your world, of your, what you consider your being. It's got to be brought right up. It's the very lowest tips of the Yggdrasil tree. It's so ancient, this frequency of distortion that's been playing out in generation after generation of your DNA that needs to be brought up. That was fun. The wind's turning pages in the book. It's saying turn the page over, start a new page. It's time. Odin's also about wisdom. You've got to be wise on how you use this void. So they're saying, don't forget, you are very much in a space where the energies are not around. There's a parakeet now flying around in green. So you are protected, but you need to be aware of the level of protection that you use. So you mustn't overuse. We've had that message before as well. And we've got Mushbel Hamir. We've got the fire giants. So the fire giants are burnishing something with truth. If you can speak this trauma, if you can find your wound and just declare your wound you will burnish it. That's that energy again that we had with Baldur, to be so alight that you've burnished away. You've had a mini ego death. See, I wanted to say petit mort then, but that's actually the French word for the little deaths that you get every time you have an orgasm, and that's not quite the area that I'm meant to be delving into just yet. So let's get some good tarot, please, on Mercury. Oh no, we need to do the moon, and then we get the tarot between the moon and Mercury. So the moon is A. Third eye. Birds like that one. So, where's the Portuguese deck? The moon. Let's give him a rifle. Rain's getting heavier. What's the moon? What's the moon? No, that's like 6 cards. The moon cannot be that chatty. It had its own reading. This is what's the moon doing. What's its point as it hits? What's the point of the moon as it goes into conjunction with Mercury? Just a simple, clear message. What's the moon's frequency as it goes conjunct? 1 card. Right, it's like a... It's 11. It's this lineup. It's of these elephants in this row. I don't know what this means. Seguia as regas. But that's part of why I don't want to know at the moment. Someone's very kindly sent me what they all mean. But at the moment, I want to read what the cards tell me they mean by their images. I just tuck all the cards down here because they're getting very wet. So what am I getting from this? I'm getting that sense of the barrenness of the void that is about to follow. That sense of there being nothing, and you can begin to line up the fractal frequencies that have grown over time from ancestors that are getting larger. This energy that needs to be communicated is coming up with that card. I'm going to see if we can get another one with the moon. Do you now have another one? Moon and Mercury, moon with Mercury, moon conjunct Mercury. What else are you feeling, moon? What else are you feeling? What else are you feeling, moon? What else are you feeling, moon? Flexible. You've got to be flexible. If you want to birth a new you, you've got to use this void to get some kind of flexibility around old thought patterns, because they've just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more traumatic each time they go through the generation, and now they get a chance to stop. The whole point of us coming down here with our lives is to make a difference, to stop those old frequencies. It's going to pull that back a bit now that I'm lower down, because it's hitting the screen too much with water. So I'm being cleansed. Neptune falling from the sky with his gaseousness. So let's get some Odin. Odin's feeling very French today. I'm not sure what that means. The cards just tried to fall out, but we're not having it. So, Odin, the moon, conjunct Mercury, going into a void. The moon, conjunct Mercury, going into a void, please. Can we have a little bit more information on this? Can we please have a little bit more information? Oh, there's one of them tiny little birds there in black and white. They're so cute. So the moon, come on. What do you want to say about... There we go. Going conjunct with Mercury. So we've got that element of Elhas, the protection. The moon is saying that we are protected in this void space so that we can explore ourselves. And it's showing me William Vey. And it's showing me, oh, there's ducks now. There's 3 ducks. 2 male and 1 female duck. And they're following in a line just like the elephants. So, but they're going, it went male, female, male. I don't know whether that helps anybody in terms of how you're swinging down some kind of inherited genetic trauma. But maybe it begins with your father, then via his mother to her father. I'm not sure. It's really beginning to rain. I don't know how long I can keep this up. But never let a wet cloud get in the way of your day. So, William Vey, they're coming across as Neptune and Jupiter, bringing a new energy up from the bottom of the seas. That's what those ducks were just doing. The 3 ducks that just walked by. They're really emphasising to go back down the genetic line. The cards are getting very wet, but I'm not going to let this spoil me. I'm going to have a little drink of water. We're going to go to the good tarot. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. I'm just going to be belligerent. I'm just going to... So, the moon. It's turning pages again. Right, so we've got 4 cards. We're just going to pop... I have no idea where that peacock is, but it's very close. And it's conjuncting with the moon. So, the first 2 cards that came out. Love and Strength. It's 68. It's the energy frequency of love, but the interesting thing is it's lions and a female, and a lion and a female, and then a lion. It's talking about going backwards down some kind of very difficult pathway in dreams during this void, during this meditation, to seek where the pruning needs to take place, because this is what this card is representing. I mean, it's talking a lot about later dates at the Lion's Gateway portal. There's a lot of lions here, but we're really talking about being in sleep, finding the strength to solve something, and then pruning the energy. This void of course moon is allowing you access to something that you didn't know you could tune into. And then it's got the 5 of water, and what you're tuning into is an old emotional despair that needs healing. So I'll keep that there. I'm just going to get out the Moonology deck. I'm getting very wet. It'll have to stop in a minute. It'll have to stop. There's no way I'm going to let the weather stop this reading now. We've already done it twice as such. This needs to be completed now. So, Moon, what do you want to say in general about the void? What do you want to say about the void? This was beautiful last time I did these cards. They came out with the lunar eclipse and the full moon. And it was just like beautiful. That's not going to happen again necessarily. So, moon. What do you want to say about the void? What do you want to say, please, moon, about the void? What do you want to say about the void? See, these are not as good. What do you need to release? What have we just been talking about? That the moon and Mercury is about bringing something up and going down this fractal genetic line to seek something that needs to be released. What is it? It's an element that's causing a distortion on your ego. So we have that. We have the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. That's talking about the void of course moon. You have time to play. You have time to look into things. You have time to explore your emotions in this 30-hour period and 59 minutes. And then we have a new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. It's literally just saying voids, when they're this long, are wonderful, beautiful opportunities to explore something. Okay, so now let's move on to the sun with Gaia, Uranus, and Black Moon Lilith. So I have another sip of water. It just sounds like it's up high. But weirdly, I'm about to sing the note of Gaia. Oh, clicky hip. I'm about to sing the B of Gaia, Uranus, Divine Feminine Consciousness, and that's what triggered it last time. So this is the B as the rain gets heavier. Oh my God, my pages are absolutely dripping. I might have to just do something. 1 second. I need to close the book. Turn that over. And do that. Then we've got 2 plastic edges. I don't know if I dare sing it. So, Gaia, Uranus, is the portal. So, let's get a little word on the portal. I don't even know what I've done with my glasses, so I can't put them on and see the peacock. So, Gaia, shh. See, did you all say that then for me? Oh, stop being childish. Right, come on. Right. Oh, stop being childish. There's 2 little children. 2 little children fairies, pixies. Right, this is Make Do Amend. It's about... there's a big explosion in the distance then. You see, the thing is, I don't even know how well peacocks fly. But that honestly sounds like it's really up high in the tree. But maybe it's just hiding behind there. Maybe it's getting sick of me. And it's like, can you get out my Italian sunken garden? That's my world. So stitching something together. Not sure what that's trying to tell me. It's got blue thread. And it feels like it's sort of like a reset, a reweave on the Norns, on that energy of the tapestry that's woven for our fate. I've never seen this one. But it's Para Omar, so through the sea. So I'm being shown the image of, this is 7/7. I'm being shown the image of sort of like, you know, in those sort of spy films where they break into a museum and they open the roof and then they come down on a thread and they're floating. And they're usually someone hideous like Tom Cruise. Total offence there, Tom. It's about going to the depths of the ocean. It's like, look, oh, there, now you see. So what are they saying? It's about the thread that weaves from your consciousness all the way down to the base of the ocean to join with Neptune and Jupiter as the three great cleansing energies. This is a period that's a 30 hour, nearly 31 hour void to cleanse, even if it's only one thing. You don't have to find the very oldest, darkest, traumatic thing, but you need to work on some aspect within yourself that you can adjust and change. It's a really great opportunity, I guess, is what we're hearing. So now let's go to Odin. So Gaia. I just want to say, because they've just put that in my mind, just to remind you, the Gaia, Uranus, is the only planet that's got its Greek name. All the others are Roman. Hey, they're there again! Oi! So look, you just mentioned the Norns and they're there. They're weaving, you're weaving. There's like, look, there's two of the Norns, and this one at the front, the future, that's you. It's you. You are your own Norn. Every time the peacock speaks, it's truth. All the rest of what I say is a pile of caca. So, you are your own Norn. Weave yourself anew. I've been sewing, been making a new t-shirt. I know I've had this one printed, but I'm actually making one and I'm stitching images on it at the moment. I'm doing a bit of embroidery because there's something about it that fits in with this whole notion of embroidering a new pathway forwards. And that sense that, you know, with both my parents having passed, I have to reorganize my whole pantheon of who I am and where I stand within my own world. So I'm not saying this is a personal message for me. I'm just saying that it's something that I experience and then can bring up because this void is allowing us all to stitch some new embroidery for where we would like our pathway forwards to be. So what else would you like to say, Norns, who live at the base of the Yggdrasil tree? Okay. So, the vessel. This is the sacred vessel. This is spirit opening space to, look, this is, they're saying that this is like the weaving, the embroidering, and they're making me look over there at the tiles, which they made me do earlier, but I completely forgot again. But the wonderful ceramic tiles, they seem to have, around the centre of them, they have 17. And and then around that 16 fitting in the gaps. It's just really fascinating that it's 17, and that's that frequency of the cicadas coming up out of the ground. So it's almost like at the moment we're in this 17-year cycle that's got something relevant to do with the rebirth of these cicadas, but also the rebirthing of us and changing our emotions. So let's that was Gaia. Now let's see what happens when we do the sun. The sun is E, solar plexus. Actually, it's with the A of the black moon, Lilith. Let's join them up because they're a perfect fourth. It's a natural tendency that the voice wants to move in perfect fourths. My knees are hurting, people. I've been talking too long. There's so much going on, though, that it's a bit overexciting. And, you know... So, let's go back to this... solar plexus to third eye. He doesn't want me singing. I'm just gonna... It's his sunken garden. I'm thanking you, gracious, beautiful Peacock. I won't be long. We're nearly done. What message does the sun have? What message does the sun have? Working to open the portal between itself and Uranus. Gaia. Oh, it's got 3. I just want to say that this is about... It's this energy of something very small, like Clover in the Lenormand deck, a fleeting moment. This portal is very small, and I'm not saying if you miss it, your life's buggered. I'm just saying it's a very small portal. They're saying to me that will give you a glimpse into your soulmates. That was not part of the message at all this morning. But look at these 2 cards and tell me that that isn't about spirit offering you a chance to unlock for a fleeting moment and see not necessarily the soulmate, but something about the energy of the mirrored soul that's coming towards you as we continue to move through this. I had no idea that was coming. And now we have a pigeon. He's going down for a drink. I would have jumped if it had been a peacock. It would have been like a pterodactyl coming down. Ah, look, it's a ran. I do ran, ran, ran. We do ran, ran. Neptune, ran. And I want to say that Ran, she is the keeper of the seabed. She is the one that will uncover this mystery that's coming up. So they're saying that there's something to do with bringing up this treasure, this frequency transformation that Jupiter and Neptune are bringing. This removal of some ancient DNA is what has almost been caught in the net of Ran, is what is allowing this new mirror soul beauty to come forth, to unlock something, to be in your sovereignty with another. That's what I'm hearing. You have the key to each other's hearts. That's beautiful. I just want to say King of Wands. Where is he? Right, the Moonology cards have just spilt out like a cascade of esoteric emotions. The wind is picking up. It's just, everything's about trying to challenge me to see if I'll give up on the day. I'm not giving up just because there's a grey cloud up there. I just have to keep moving my legs because my knees are beginning to suffer with the pressure. So, Oh, we have to do Black Moon Lilith now. Okay, that's really interesting. So, the sovereignty of your mirror soul with the energy of Ran, they're saying, is to do with the light and the moon. And just as I've said that, the sun is beginning to break through the trees, and they're very black, the trees. You don't get this mirrored soul until you can accept the light within Black Moon Lilith. How's that for something? And it's a truth. So let's look at what Black Moon Lilith has to say. So, what's the energy of Black Moon Lilith? Alright, I'm going soon. Really interesting. Look, I don't know what they mean, but Black Moon Lilith. I'm being shown this card, followed by this card, as distortions of her frequency. It's like something that was imposed, and Spirit is just sitting, waiting for us to realize that it's down to us to change our perception of Black Moon Lilith. She is trying to bring the light. She's a mer creature from the depths, but she's been unable to fly throughout the period of sand, earth, epoch, and now we're in air. She's 22. That's it. 22 is the world of inner demons, but she's bringing joyful energy. She's almost laughing at the fact of how we view our inner demons. And here you have the magician. I call this, whenever I see, because of the Wild Unknown Tarot, this card, the cougar, the jaguar, whatever you want to call it, represents karma, but also represents raw masculinity, divine masculinity. Oh, look, the peacock's returning. I'm sorry, I'll go away very, very soon. Just don't peck me. Bringing a wonderful new frequency. There's a cosmic egg just down here. I think he's really getting stressed. So let's get this done quick, people. But look, he's in the video, and that's beautiful. We only have to worry, he's only showing off if he gets his tail open, because then he's showing me all his eyes to frighten me. So if he lifts his tail, we might just say wassail. He's doing what he did before. He's turning round and round and round in circles. I think that feels like territory. I'm very aware that he's had enough. So let's end this, people, with a little message from Black Moon Lilith. Black Moon Lilith, she's gathering all the truths of everybody. It's beautiful, beautiful frequency. So, I'm not going to do any more tarot. I can sense the stress energy in the peacock, and he has been incredibly patient with us. Oh, and he's opening his tail now. So I'm going to clear out while he takes the camera, and I'll just leave him swimming about for the moment. It's so beautiful, people. Hey, beautiful peacock. Thank you so much for letting us sit in your beautiful sacred space. thank you. You are so splendid.